with the story settings and the settings for the working units and dimensioning units in place, now we'll proceed to project location settings and putting in place the site details and the client details. So that is accessible under options. So we'll go to options here, and then under options we have project preferences, and under project preferences we have this option which says location settings. So you'll click on that and it's going to open this dialog box. So it's going to open this dialog box which contains three settings that need to be customized. So the very first one is our project location. The second set of settings is under survey point, and the third set of settings is under project north. So let's begin with project location settings here. We have the project name, which is supposed to be displayed here. So to be able to edit that, we have this edit button. So click on it, and when you click on that, we have this pop-up that shows here with the various project info that we need to put in place. So under project details, you have the project name. So all you need to do is click on these three dots here. Click on it. That will open and allow you to type the project name. So our project name will have proposed 3-bedroom residential apartment, like that. Then click on OK. So when you do that, the project name is now going to be shown there. So you have things like project description, project ID, project code, project number, project status, the keywords, notes, and any other custom information that you want to include about the project. So let's move down to site details. Site details is going to ask for the site name. So we'll click on these three dots there to be able to type in the site name. Then you have the site description, site ID, site's full address. You have site gross perimeter, gross area, and other custom information that you might want to include about the site. In terms of building details, options for putting in place the building name, options for putting a building description, the building ID, and any other custom information that you want to include about the building. You have contact details, which give details for the company that is working on the project. And in terms of the contact full name, you can be able to click on this, and you have options for typing your name. So in terms of the prefix, I'll write here MR, that type my given name and the middle name, and then the family name. So name order, you have family name appearing first or given name appearing first. So you have those two options that you can choose. So I'll choose given name first, click on OK, and that name is going to show under contact full name. So you have contact ID, contact role. What is your role in this project? Let's say you are maybe the architect, or your role in this is BIM manager role, whatever the role that you have. So make sure you type it here in the description, click on OK, and it's going to be showing here under contact role. So you have the contact department, the same thing as what we had done to the contact role. So you click on that and type the name of the department there. You can be able also to indicate the full name for the CAD technician, the name of the contact company, which in this case I am going to include my company name, like that. Click on OK. What is the contact company code here? Contact full address. So the full address is in terms of postal. You have here physical address. Let's say you specify the office. Postal address, I have that as my postal address. This is my city Nairobi. So I'll type Nairobi there. What is the zip code is 001 and my country is Kenya. So with those details in place, I click on OK and they're going to show here under contact full address. We have also the contact email. You'll have the same thing. Type the email, click on OK, and that will be put in place. Contact phone number, contact fax, contact web, and any other custom information that you want to include there. In terms of client details, we have options for putting in place the client's full name. So you'll click on this button, then you'll have options for putting in place the name of the client as that, the client's the client's company, full address, their email, their phone number, fax, and any other custom information that you might want to include. After typing in all that project information, you'll click on OK, and you will have the information saved in your project. So we'll go to site full address. So click on edit here, and you are able to specify, let's say the site is along Mombasa Road. Where is Mombasa Road? Is in Kenya, in a city called Nairobi. Then let's say this is the postal box and this is the zip code. So click OK. So when you finish typing that and saving it, it will start appearing here under site full address. So below site full address, we have the latitude, the longitude, the time zone, and the altitude above sea level for our project. That is based on the location of the site. So this is going to be defined, the latitude and the longitude are going to be defined by the location of the project. So in terms of that, instead of typing it manually, I'll click on this globe icon here, which will give me a list of the various cities that have been predefined. So my project is in Nairobi City. I'll look for Nairobi in that list. Then when I get to Nairobi, click on that to select it and then click on OK. And you're able to see that the latitude and the longitude has changed, has been affected as that. Time zone should be the same as changed to Nairobi. So altitude, height above sea level, I am not sure about that, but I can be able to check for that information in Google Maps using this option here, which says show in Google Maps. So we have survey point and project north. So I'll not do anything to survey point. I don't have any surveying or land survey information to put in place. In terms of project north, this allows you to define the sun path, which is going to affect how your building is going to cast shadows to the ground. So you'll be able to select, or rather to change the sun path by defining the project north using this icon here like that. Then if you click on OK, all those settings that we have put in place have now been implemented, or rather they've been saved in the project. So to make sure that everything has been saved, as usual, we go to File. So we go to File, and then we have this Save option. So click on that, and your project is going to be saved.